This is the Gladiator 3 board from 180. It's advertised as having sword edge wire. This is the packaging that you get. Explanation of basic dart games, diagram of the setup. So let's have inside this and have a look at the board. Okay, there we go, there's the board. Add a silica in there, make sure it's nice and dry. Now the first thing I notice about this is it's got the sort of, it's called a sword edge system, but it's very similar to your blade or unicorn board. It's nice and clear and bright. There are no veins in the sisal. Seems laid out quite nicely. Normal steel number ring and your sword edge as it's called, separators. Yeah. There you go. That's the board that's now used at all the E.D.O competitions, and of course you get your normal standard dartboard fixtures for fitting it on the wall. So let's get the board up there and put it on. Oh, England Darts logo on the side, quite a nice thing. So there we are, there's this nice new board mounted in position. It looks nice. It's, as with all new boards, it's nice and bright. I do like the lack of veining in it, that's a really nice feature. So let's have a few darts. Yeah. One of the things they say about these boards, or I've heard people say about these boards, is that they're quite hard. Yeah, the darts I'm using here are my 16 jets in 24 gram. So what I'll do is I'll try it with a couple of other different sets now, because you might throw with darts lighter than 24 gram and assume that I'm throwing them crazily hard or something, which I'm not, I'm just throwing. And yeah, it's a nice board. It's a bit reminiscent, if I'm honest, of like a Bull's Advantage 2, which is quite a firm board, lasts really well, which is something I quite like. So let's swap darts and have a try with something different. Now these are 20 gram darts, and like I say, they're hitting nice and easy, sticking in the board really well. Yeah. So with 24 gram darts and with 20 gram darts, they seem to be working well, hitting nicely. It's nice and bright, I like the contrast, and like I say, a good firm board. I suspect that firmness will mean that it's a long lasting board, which for me is great for practice. If I give you an example, this is my practice board that's been up for ages, and this is what happens to all the trebles after a while, which is which is normal. I mean, that board's a fantastic board, it's lasted really well, but all boards eventually wear, and for me, because I generally throw at trebles, it's the trebles that wear out, so a good firm board I find is better, it lasts longer. Let's try one more set of darts. Okay, I've zoomed in a little bit onto the treble, which is hopefully what I'm going to be hitting for last set of darts. These are quite interesting because they've got reflex points, and as you can see when they hit the board they do that wobble. That's because the points are a thin spring steel point. These are only 20 gram. As you can see, they penetrate the board really well. Well, obviously because they're those reflex points, they're thinner, so they are going to go in that a little bit deeper. But yeah, the dartboard, I like it. So there you go. That's your Gladiator 3 board from 180 darts. That's a good dartboard. I'm hoping it's going to last really well, and I'll be doing quite a few reviews using that board. There you go. Gladiator 3 dartboard.